Picture this. I'm floating on my back in my own lake, the morning sky wide and blue above me, feeling like I've cracked the code to the good life. When a voice cuts through the quiet like a lawnmower at dawn. "You're violating HOA regulations," yells some lady from my shore. Like I'm smuggling contraband instead of swimming in water my family's owned for decades. That's how I found out I was a wanted man, for taking a dip in my own backyard. My name's Caleb Hayes, a 36-year-old freelance illustrator who traded city sketches for a 30-acre ranch in Central Texas 3 years ago. A gift from my granddad who used to sit by this very lake with his fishing pole back in '85. It's my sanctuary, green hills, a cedar-lined path, and a lake so clear you can see the pebbles on the bottom. About 250 yards away sits Pine Ridge Estates, a shiny new subdivision with beige houses and an HOA that treats mailbox colors like national security. I never thought they'd care about my land, my lake, until that Tuesday morning when Karen Walsh, their president, decided she was the sheriff of my water. I'm out there at 6 a.m., coffee still warm in my mug, easing into the cool water when Karen's voice hits me. She's in a blazer at sunrise, hair in a tight bun, looking like she's about to fire someone. "This is private property, ma'am," I call out, treading water, thinking she's just lost. "My lake, my land." But Karen doesn't budge. "I'm Karen Walsh, Pine Ridge HOA," she says, like it's a badge. "Your swimming's a safety hazard for our community." I laugh, floating there because what? "Lady, your houses are a quarter-mile away. How's my backstroke a threat?" She pulls out her phone, snapping pics like I'm a fugitive. "We'll see about that," she snaps and marches off, her heels sinking into my grass. I finish my swim, shaking my head, figuring she's just having a meltdown. Maybe a bad divorce, maybe too much coffee. But deep down, I know this isn't over. By noon, I'm in my studio, sketching logos for a brewery client. But I keep glancing at the lake, half expecting Karen to roll up with a SWAT team. I text my sister, Rachel, a real estate lawyer in Dallas. "Can an HOA fine me for swimming in my own lake?" She calls back, cackling. "Caleb, what did you do?" I read her the story, and she's dead serious by the end. "They've got no jurisdiction. Your deed's rock solid. Lake's been yours since '85. Ignore her." I try to focus on work, grilling burgers that night as the lake glows orange in the sunset. But I can't shake the feeling Karen's plotting something. Friday proves me right. I'm back from town, grabbing my mail, when I see it, a yellow envelope, Pine Ridge HOA stamped in bold. Inside's a $600 fine for unauthorized water activities that endanger community safety and property values. I read it twice, because it's got to be a prank. $600 for swimming? I mutter, standing by my mailbox. The letter, signed by Karen with a flourish, demands payment in 30 days or legal action. I pull up my property map on my phone, just to be sure. Yep, lake's mine. 250 yards from their turf. I call Rachel. "They're bluffing," she says. "But document everything." This lady sounds unhinged. I decide to pay Karen a visit. Driving to their HOA office in a strip mall between a vape shop and a dry cleaner. It's a sad little room, flickering lights, a poster about community unity peeling off the wall. Karen's behind a desk, looking smug. "Mr. Hayes," she says, not standing. "Hear about your fine?" I slide my phone across, showing the map. "Karen, this lake's been mine since before your neighborhood was a cornfield. You've got no power here." Her eyes narrow, face going pink. "This is about community impact," she says, dodging my point. "Your actions affect our insurance, our values." I lean back, grinning. "So, my morning swim's crashing your market? That's a new one." She shuffles papers, voice tight. "Since you're uncooperative, the fine's now $900. I blink, letting the absurdity sink in. "You're fining me more for asking questions?" She nods, like she's won. I stand, pocket my phone. "Good luck collecting, Karen. Maybe read up on property law first." I'm out the door, her glare burning holes in my back, and I'm mad now, not just at her, but at the idea that someone thinks they can bully me off my granddad's land. That weekend, Rachel drives up, and we strategize over beers by the lake. "She's trying to scare you," Rachel says. "But she's got nothing. Reach out to the neighbors, see if she's done this before." I draft and email the Pine Ridge residents, keeping it friendly. "Hey folks, I'm Caleb, your neighbor with the lake. Your HOA fined me $900 for swimming on my land. Here's the map, here's my deed. Fair or foul?" Let me know. I send it to 50 addresses I find online. Responses flooding, half are pissed. Sharing their own Karen horror stories, fines for Christmas lights, complaints about kids' bikes. But some defend her, like a guy named Greg Miller, who emails about respecting HOA authority and property values. I overhear at a gas station later that Greg's Karen's buddy, and she's been spinning tales about my lake lowering their home prices. Turns out, Karen's got a history. She lost a lakefront lot in a 2018 lawsuit when a developer built over it, and now she's got a vendetta against anyone with water she can't control. Monday. Greg starts creeping around my fence, filming my swims with his phone like he's on a mission. It's annoying, but I see an opportunity. I time my dips for his patrols, waving like he's my biggest fan. Morning, Greg. Get my good side. He scowls, filming harder. I'm starting to enjoy this, turning their surveillance into a joke. But Karen ups the ante, posting on the community forum about unsafe water activities, threatening mosquito diseases, and traffic. She doesn't name me, but it's obvious. Comments are split. Some call her out. Others buy her scare tactics. Then, Wednesday, a county truck pulls up. An inspector, Tom Reynolds, steps out, looking embarrassed. Got a complaint about unpermitted water use, he says. I show him the lake, the deed. This is all legal, Tom. Been here since '85. He nods, impressed by the clear water. Looks fine to me. Karen storms over, out of nowhere, blazer flapping. Officer. This man's endangering our community. Tom sighs. Ma'am, it's his lake, his land. No violations. Focus on your own turf. She's fuming, but Tom's done. I'm grinning, but I know she's not quitting. I'm done playing nice. I buy a trail camera, the kind hunters use, and set it up by the lake to catch deer, maybe raccoons. What it catches instead changes everything. Thursday morning. I'm sipping coffee, checking the footage, when I see it. Karen, at 5:40 a.m., sneaking across my property like a low-budget spy. She's in black sweats, clutching a container with a hazard label. Muttering, this'll prove it's not safe. My jaw drops as she dumps it into my lake, clear as day, caught on infrared. I rewind, heart pounding, because this isn't just crazy, it's criminal. I call Rachel. She poisoned my lake. Ratch. I've got video. She's stunned. That's trespassing, vandalism, maybe a felony. Call the cops. But I've got a better plan. I tally the damage, $600 for water tests, $1,000 for my time, $400 for the camera, $3,000 for the hassle. $5,000. Fair and square. I want Karen to face this head on. Saturday. Rachel and I drive to Karen's house, a beige box identical to her neighbor's. She opens the door in a robe, eyes wide when she sees my laptop. We need to talk, I say, stepping inside. Her living room's as bland as her office, beige couch, beige walls. I play the video. Karen goes pale, gasping when she sees herself dumping the chemical. It's not what it looks like. She stammers. Really? I say, calm but cold. Because it looks like you broke the law to sabotage my lake. She babbles, says it was water testing, then algae control. Rachel cuts in. Karen, it's trespassing and vandalism. Pay $5,000 for damages, or we go to the police. Karen explodes. I'm not paying you a cent. You're ruining our community. I close the laptop. Fine. See you in court. Rachel leaves her card. 72 hours to decide. Karen slams the door, and I know she's not backing down yet. Monday, she posts a wild forum rant, claiming I'm harassing a single mom with fake videos. Says I'm threatening her for raising legitimate safety concerns. It's desperate, and it backfires. I upload the unedited footage with a simple caption. Here's the truth. You decide. The video blows up. Neighbors are horrified, commenting about her lies, her crime. Greg posts an apology, saying he was duped, thought he was protecting the community. The tide turns fast. By Tuesday, they call an emergency HOA meeting, and I'm invited, not as the bad guy, but to show the evidence. The community center's packed, 40 people crammed into folding chairs. Karen's at the front, looking like she hasn't slept. I plug my laptop into the TV, hit play, and the room goes silent. Karen's on screen, sneaking, dumping, muttering. When it ends, a guy in the front row asks, "Is that you, Karen?" She tries to deny it, claims it's edited, but a tech guy offers to check the metadata, and she cracks. "I was protecting you all," she sobs. "He's disrespecting our authority." The room erupts, people yelling about her lies, her risks to the HOA. Tom, the barbecue guy, stands. You've embarrassed us, Karen. You broke the law in our name. You're done. They vote 40-0 to boot her, approve my $5,000, and apologize. Karen's lawyer calls the next day, $5,000, a typed apology, her permanent resignation, and a no-contact order. She's gone within weeks, her house for sale, rumors saying she's fleeing to Oklahoma. The new HOA, led by a guy named Dan, scraps Karen's rules, sends a letter affirming private property rights. Greg stops by with beers, sorry for his part, and I let kids swim in the lake now, turning it into a community spot through choice, not control. But it doesn't end there. A month later, I get a text from a stranger. My HOA's fining me for my garden. Help. Then another, about a flagpole. My story's gone viral on forums, folks calling me the guy who beat the HOA. I start a website, offering advice for HOA fights, and within 6 months, I'm helping dozens, gardens, trucks, flags, winning case after case. My lake's not just mine anymore. It's a symbol of fighting back. Floating here now, I think about Karen, how her $600 fine sparked a new life for me, a mission to help others. She thought she'd control my water, but she handed me a purpose. If you're facing your own Karen, HOA, neighbor, anybody, get your proof. Know your rights, make waves. Justice tastes like clear lake water at dawn. So, what's your move? Would you have gone public like me, or kept it quiet? Was I fair, or too hard on Karen? Drop your story below. Ever fought an HOA? Where you at? Let's build that support group. Smash that like. Share this with someone facing a bully, and tell me, how far would you go to protect what's yours? Because some lines you just don't cross.